Welcome to Hopeside Community Church. This is the 5th week. It's April 28th, 2022. This week's theme is Outreach Matters. I would be talking on the topic reaching out to the youth. We all know that youth are the future of our church. And I have a few questions to ask you. The first question is, what is the ultimate wish of the church members? I'm sure that the church has an ultimate wish, and that is more youth have to join the church. There's another question. How can we have a vibrant worshiping community? That again is, if the youth are involved, we will be having a vibrant worshiping community. How can we have a long future for our church? That also has the same answer, youth. When we have youth, we have a long future for our church. When we do not have the youth, our church is lost. So we have to really think about how to reach, attract, and engage youth in this challenging time. So I will be discussing 10 important points through which we can reach out to the youth. Number one is honesty. We need to be very, very honest with the youth. You know, these days, these youth are very intelligent. They can sense any sense of fraud or negative thinking. Immediately, the kids, they know that something is wrong. So when we try to create a relationship with the youth, we have to try to create a meaningful, authentic relationship with honest conversation. When our conversation is not honest and not open, the kids, the youth, they very well understand it, and they will have no interest to mingle with us, to interact with us anymore, because they know, oh, these people tell something, but they do something else. So we need to be very, very honest at church. Proverbs 12:17 says, he that speaketh truth showeth forth righteousness. So when we speak the truth, the youth will definitely understand what is being taught in the church, and they will know there is righteousness, and I can be righteous by following this group, and they will definitely come to the church. James 1:28 says, if any man among you seem to be righteous, and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain. So if we try to be very religious in front of the youth, and our tongue speaks things that are not appropriate, the children, the youth can easily find out that our heart is far away from God. And they will really understand that this person's religion is in vain. Why do I have to come to church to listen to such a person, or to have interactions with such a person? So definitely they would not come to the church. So we will have to be very understanding to what the youth need. The second point is listening. These days, the youth, they have so many problems. As I had discussed in the other week, that youth have several problems that are not solved. They need someone who can listen to them. So when they have people who can listen to them, genuinely listen to them, then they will be attracted towards the church. Moreover, church should be a place where they can bring their doubts, and they can discuss their beliefs, and every question that they have, they should not be judged. If people in the church are being judgmental, that will drive away our youth. Moreover, we should be able to talk to them from our heart, and they should be, only then they will be able to talk to us from their heart. When we listen to them, we will have to interact more with them and ask them meaningful questions, and they should be able to open up their hearts only when they know that we are genuinely concerned and caring about them. So when we listen and based on their requirements, when we give them answers, when we give them advice, or when we try to help them out, that is when they will be able to come to the church. They need someone who can listen in the church. So the next point is that we need to give them time. You see, there are some children who are in the park, or they stand in the street and are up to some mischief. I've seen some people who go to them and talk to them and discuss about what's happening in their lives. So when people go to them and talk to them, they feel that they are special, and they are able to relate things with the person who talks to them freely. Also, if the church can take them for hikes, picnics, and other involve them in other activities, they will know, okay, our church family is truly a family who takes care of us, and we have to be with them and show that we are interested in their lives. So when we do that, they will return and come back to the church. They will not find people who outside the church whom they are more attracted with. The fourth point is that we need to create a strong foundation when they are a child. Because I have noticed this. I have children who are in a teenage, and a boy who is 19 years old. So, I have realized that when they are young, they are more attentive to us, they listen to us, they learn more. And when they go into the adolescence and teenage years, they start going away from us. Like they start feeling that they know everything, you know. So that is common with all the youth these days. So parents, if you are having a small kid now, it is the best time for you to build a strong foundation for your children. This is the time they will listen to you. This is the time you can tell them stories. This is the time you can guide them and help them. Of course, teenage and the age where they are going towards their adulthood is a prime age where they need parents' guidance. Yes, they need more of our prayer. We have to teach them how to pray. We have to teach them how to read the Bible. So basic foundation should be created during the very young age, where they're receptive to us, when they feel that the parents are their heroes. So Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from that. So children whose parents have been teaching them every day about the Bible, about the stories, they will never go away from the right path. Especially if you know about the Jewish families, even the Bible says the parents teach their children, and the children's children, generation after generation, they tell about the miracles God has done in their lives. They tell about the problems they've underwent because they were sinful, and how God forgave them, pardoned them, and gave them new life. So all these experiences are shared with their children and children and children's children. Same way, we as a parent have to share witness to our children how God has led us and train them in the right way. So when they are older, they will not go away from the right path. The sixth point is decision-making roles. This is very, very important, because what we try to do is we plan something for for the youth or for the kids, and then we tell them, okay, this is what you should do. This is where you have to come, and this is the program for you. So what happens is they start feeling, oh, everything is being arranged for me. I am not involved in the decision making process. So when you involve them in the activities of the church and give them important roles where they can take decisions on how the activities are conducted, how the programs are being conducted, who should do what, they feel important and they take part in the church. They want to come back to the church. So by giving them decision making roles, we will be able to empower and equip them. By giving responsibilities, that is when they feel that they are a part of the church. We only can attract them, but we cannot force them, because they have the power of choice. They choose what they want to. These days, it is not like the olden days where our parents would say, okay, come to the church, and we just quietly go. Whether we are 18 or 20 or 25, doesn't matter. We still listen to our parents, but now it's not so. They have their own mind, they have their own thinking, and they do what they want. So all we can do to them is reach out to them and talk to them and convince them, and then they will take the decision to come to the church. The seventh point is we have to have a shared responsibility. um, Usually, when we go to the church, we think that only the parents have to take care of their kids, or the teacher who's in charge, or the youth director, or the teacher who's in charge for the Sabbath school will take care of the kids. But then we should understand that um children are the shared responsibility of all the church members. Um, there should be grace and forgiveness. If we are unable to bring up the children in the right way, we'll have to forgive them and bring them back into our fold. It is said that it takes a village to bring up a child, isn't it? The whole village takes care of the child. It is not only the parent. So as our church is a family, the entire church member have to have an eye on the child, how they're being brought up, and how can we change the life positively, how can we influence the life of the child positively. So it is a shared responsibility of all the church members. When there is a child, we have to try our best to contribute to bring up that child in the right path. The eighth point is the use of technology. This has technology has become a very positive and a negative thing. When we were young, we didn't have the technology that our kids have right now. Most of the kids, they spend a lot of time on their phone, on the computer, on their iPad. There's just gadgets everywhere, they have it. Now our church cannot use the traditional way of attracting the kids anymore. uh, the traditional way of sermon and Sabbath school is not going to work anymore. Uh, Apart from this, we need to attract the children by uh, having messages and sermons and activities through social media, YouTube, and compelling storytelling. Our church should be a place more where we can tell stories to the children so that they will be excited about coming to church. These days, children say, oh, what am I going to do in the church? I don't want to come to the church. It's so difficult to tell them, to force them to come these days. So if the children are given responsibilities where they can create something on the YouTube, where they can create, say, for example, a skit that they can post on the YouTube, or they can even create small videos, so they can post it on the social media, so they can help the other kids in that way, and they will also be motivated that they are doing something for the church and for God. The adults in the church have to really think about this point, how they can use technology. When we see the Facebook, there are many short videos, so we will they just scroll. So if we can have Bible verses, Bible stories that are being uh, taught through these short videos, I'm sure that there would be many young people who will know more about God and will be closer to God. Many things like how to pray, how to have a closer communication with God, or how to solve their problems. So when such small videos are being played for these kids, they will definitely try to join the church. And I feel that God is blessing us through this technology as well. We need to use it in the right way to attract the kids and the youth. The ninth point is that we need to go to them. We need to go to them because um, sometimes when the kids do not come to our church, we need to go to them. Um Jesus said, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." He did not say, "Bring them to the church," right? So we have to go to the place where they are, attract them, teach them, so that we can draw them to our church. Matthew 28:19 says, "Therefore go and make disciples of all nations." So we have to go to the youth where they are. Sometimes when they do not come to church, we need to go to the place where they are. They may be in the gym, they may be in the playground, they may be in the park. So go to them and talk to them, and that is the way we can invite them to the church. The last point is give them leadership roles. When they take leadership roles and lead out the Sabbath school, when they lead out the kids program, when they lead out in different activities in the church, they become stronger, and they feel that they're part of the church and they will not go astray. Timothy was a very young man when he started his ministry, and he was given this advice: don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. So this is the advice that we need to give to the youth as well. They do not have to be worried about their age. We can give them responsibilities. Children are now so intelligent that they can take responsibilities. They can do many things. They can be given responsibility to take care of the audio visual. They can be given responsibility to conduct skits, dramas. They can take videos of the songs that they sing. They can play the musical instruments so well. So God has given our youth several talents, and we need to find out the talents that they have and help them to come up in their life. And with this, I'm sure that we will be able to help the kids and the youth to come closer to God, to come to the church and reason with them, so that they will always be closer to God. This is my prayer. The church building information is given in the Hopeside website, which is hopeside.com. And if you would like to attend our church, you're always welcome to. You can come online through Zoom, or you can watch our services, weekend services on YouTube. If you want more information, you can get it on hopeside.com. You can also contact us through contact@hopeside.org. You are very much welcome to come to our church, visit us, and fellowship with us. Thank you so much. Goodbye, and God bless you all.